our focus has been the Patimokkha. As we all know very well in Thailand, we celebrate Magha Puja on the full moon day of February. And this was because Patimokkha was first taught by the Buddha on the full moon day of February. In July, so 9 months after his enlightenment. 9 months after his enlightenment. In the same ceremony, the Buddha also appointed 2 chief disciples, Akasavok, Venerable Buddha and Venerable Mokkhalana. In Thailand, we consider the order Patimokkha to be the official declaration of the Sangha. So, of course, by that time, we already had 1,250 Arahant within 9 months. A few suttas, Dhammajak, Anatta Lakkhana Sutta, Attita Priyaya Sutta, and a few others, maybe about 10 of them, have been taught. Not many, not a big, not a huge volumes of Tripitaka. It's good to connect Patimokkha with Dhammajak, also with Anatta Lakkhana Sutta, also with Attita Priyaya Sutta. Mahasisada said before Attita Priyaya Sutta, there is another sutta called Himawata Sutta. So last night I made 3 points in relation to Khanti, or how to practice Khanti. It could be 4 if we include respect for rules and regulation. It could be 4, but we see 3 yesterday. A civilized and peaceful society is portrayed in the order Patimokkha. The first point, in eating, in our way of life, we pay more attention to our health, physical health, and psychological health. Not so much to compete with other people, not so much to get recognition for our social status. But the first consideration is ourselves, to have compassion for ourselves. So in eating, if we have compassion for ourselves, today we call that self-compassion. self-compassion. You have that self-compassion in eating, maybe in clothing, in shelter. We are actually taking care of many other people at the same time at no extra cost, at no extra cost at all. So eating with Khanti, eating with Khanti, you can notice when we have put food into our mouth, instead of being mindful of the taste, enjoying the taste, instead of enjoying the taste, our mind is one step, two steps ahead. We're already preparing for the next bite. So at that moment, our focus is neither on the chew or on the next bite. It's half and half. It's neither here nor there. Our attention is divided. Our attention is split. Our energy is split. Even temples and monasteries, we don't pay much attention to this and teach this. Actually, is the first lesson, as I mentioned on the first day. The first lesson for monks and novices and magic, this is the first lesson. If they don't pass this, if they fail this, they're going to have a hard time learning all other lessons. If they do well here, the rest comes easy. So, Long Buddha, he taught his students that when you chew, don't prepare for the next bite. Just rest your hands. Rest your hands. And when you prepare for another bite, don't chew. One thing at a time is the practice of mindfulness. One thing at a time. I was not taught this way, so I have had a hard time learning this myself because before people started talking about multitasking, um, by nature, I was already drawn to multitasking. Uh, I didn't want to, in my mind, then I shouldn't waste my time. Um, yeah, cleaning myself, okay, cleaning my teeth at the same time, maybe another hand should be cleaning the floor, that sort of thing. Or maybe I should be reading, or maybe I should be listening to my lesson. Something, that kind of mindset. Until the disciples of Long Buddha came to stay with me at the Oxford Buddha Vihara. And they were giving a 2 days teaching at Oxford University. They were my guests, so I accompanied them to the university. I was with them the whole day, and they were very pleased. And they felt that I honored them with my presence. Actually, I was learning a lot from them. One of the things is relaxation meditation. I picked up from there. And another thing is this eating, mindful eating, mindful eating. Actually, in the Pravinay, in the Sekya, the Buddha already mentioned many things, such thing already there. Mm. Receive food with respect, eat with respect, don't talk when you're chewing. Um, that sort of thing. Yeah. About 30 also the rules. This mindful eating requires a lot of kanti. If we don't have kanti, we don't even enjoy the best food we afford. We don't enjoy that. You have the best food on the table, but you are thinking, some men are thinking about golfing, some men are thinking about work, some are thinking about what to eat for the next meal. You haven't finished the present one. Professor Ellen Langer from Harvard University. She has been teaching mindfulness and satipatthana for over half a century. He uses only one technique, that Mahasi technique, noting. If you note, you're going to see many new things. You just have to keep noting. Very simple, she said. Mhm. If you keep noting, you will find new experience. That's the way to experience life, according to Professor Helen Lang. One of the phrase, one of the phrases that she tells her audience and students all the time is that you don't know you are not there when you're not there. That's what she said. You don't know you are not there when you're not there. You are eating, you are not there. Not there with the food. Your mind is somewhere else. And you don't know that you're not there because you're not there. So she simply says, you don't know you're not there when you're not there. The first time, because it looks so poetic, it strikes my mind, strikes my mind. And if I remember anything from her, that's the one I remember. Another, another thing I remember from her is she she did a research. I have mentioned this before. Yeah. She hired two chefs, two best chefs, to prepare two dishes, two big dishes. And she invited 100 people. She just put um, the food over there as buffet. People can choose whatever they like. Unknown to those visitors, those diners, one of the two chefs is a mindfulness practitioner, the other is not. So the one who is mindful, to use her word, he is there all the time. When he prepares, when he chops, when he cooks, when he shops, he's there all the time. He is fully present. The other has never done any such practice, and he's full of anxiety. Would it be okay? Would my best would be good enough? He would start thinking. A Harvard professor entertaining her guests, so he's full of anxiety. What if my cooking turns out not to be something they like? So he doesn't trust himself anymore because of mindfulness. Fear creeps in. And two dishes with side dishes. Okay, I let down. The guests came in. They could take whatever. No introduction. Over 80 people chose the food cooked by mindful chefs. Over 80. Just more than 10 chose the other one. So we don't even need words. We don't even need words um, to advertise mindfulness. People are drawn to mindfulness like that. It's about food. One thing that I like about Europe is that they, at one time, at each time, they only have one dish. Only soup, and after that, maybe main dish, maybe starter. No distraction in that sense. And you have no choice, just one dish. It's that way. My understanding is that the Buddha has um, decided to use eating as an example. It means a way of life, everything. When you change in the morning, if your mind is here with yourself, appreciating the clothes available to you, if you're not there, to use process and language, if you're not there when you change, your mind would be elsewhere. Okay, would this be good enough for people to appreciate me in the office when I go out? Um, you know, you always dress up for other people because you're not there. You're not there. It becomes a habit. It becomes a habit. So the Buddha said, Adi Sankhayo Niso Jivalang Padisewami. Ni Sita Sabatika Da Unasabatika, blah blah. The meaning is when we wear our robe, we have to wear it for ourselves. For ourselves. Number one, to protect our physical body from from the weather, from heat, from cold. We need good clothes. And then also to protect ourselves from small insects. And then to preserve dignity. So these are the questions we have to ponder upon. We have to ask ourselves when we are dressing up. Is this good enough for today's weather? Is this good enough for the environment? And am I being protected enough? That's what should go through our mind. Uh, so, Order Patimokkha with Khanti at the heart of it teaches us a way of life. Of course, the Buddha was repeating this teaching to arahants, probably in order to guide them and to guide others. So the first point, mindful eating, is about being in harmony with ourselves. The second point I made last night, not to think negatively of others, not to talk behind other people's back. This is to be in harmony with the society. To be in harmony. If we are not harmonious with our neighbors, with other people in the society, that affects us eventually. And we would be developing negative attitude, pessimism, negative thinking. Because we would uh, dedicate our energy towards negative things. So when the Buddha said, don't fall behind other people's back, even if somebody's bad behavior is true, this requires a lot of khanti. In terms of adhitthana, we see musawada, veramani, sikkhapadang, samana. This is adhitthana. This is adhitthana. I'm not going to tell a lie. I'm not going to say something rude. I'm not going to gossip. It's adhitthana. That adhitthana is possible with khanti. Is made significant and fruitful with khanti. So here Khantibārmī helps Adhitthana-pārami. Adhitthana-pārami brings something for Khantibārmī to work on. You can see they are hand in hand. So if we talk about not gossiping or talking behind people's back, we are already talking about sila param. It's in sila time at the same time. And when we let go of clinging behavior, because gossip is a negative habit, and we have to let go of that. We have to let go of that. Sometimes, even if it's true, but if there's no reason to talk about that, we don't talk about that. We let it go. So letting go is Khantibārmī. Fine. Um, um, we don't speak badly about other people because we can see suffering in ourselves when we do that. And we can also see suffering in other people. So seeing suffering is Panya-Bārmī. Seeing suffering and acting to reduce suffering is Panya-Bārmī. You know, to do all those things, you need Viriya, you need to make effort, Viriya Bārmī. And Khantibārmī, Sajja Bārmī. If you are true to your adhitthana, in addition to adhitthana, you already have Sajja Bārmī at the same time. You do this because you love yourself. You have compassion for yourself. You also have compassion for the people, for other people, Metta Bārmī. So with all those Bārmī, when the mind becomes quite balanced, Upekkha Bārmī is that. You see, the 3 points I made last night, in each point, you have 10 Bārmīs in. Of course, in this particular Patimokkha, the Buddha talks about Khantibārmī. You use Khantibārmī as a leader, as a leading factor, and the other will follow. The same with the first point, mindful eating. We should be there when we eat, meaning we should be mindful, our mind should be there, not elsewhere, when we eat. When we do that, we can pay attention if the food we eat contains enough nutrition, vitamins, we will be thinking along that line. Our mind would be there with the food, on the food. To do that, we have to resist the habit that is looking for excitement. If you start eating, the first few bites may be exciting. After that, no more excitement. And the mind starts wandering, start thinking about, talking about other things. So if we eat with self-compassion, with mindfulness, we are being kind also to the world. People talk about climate change, global warming, and food has a lot to do with this. The third point, non-violent, non-violent reaction. It's both for social harmony, like the second point, but also to purify our karma, karma and vipaka, to use compassion rather than dosa. When we act violently, maybe towards mosquitoes, towards ants, towards small insects, or maybe towards people, we are doing so out of fear, out of anger, out of dislike. So it's all dosa. It's not breathing, it's not forced breathing for 2 hours, 3 hours. That is self-torture. It's dosa that is self-torture. Dosa. If we harbor dosa here, if we indulge in dosa, in anger, we we are self-torturous. We're torturing our mind. We don't allow our mind to enjoy peace, to enjoy happiness. Of course, when we talk about karma, believe in karma, good hand karma, that is, good action brings good results, bad action brings bad results. If we talk behind other people's back, people may dislike us, people may distrust us, people may hate us. But people hating us is not the worst thing in life. People dislike us also is not the worst thing that can happen to us in life. But if our own karma dislikes us, that's the worst thing. Our karma dislikes us because we have done something bad, and the result is going to be bad. To be receiving bad results, vipaka means our own karma doesn't like us. It doesn't help us. Instead, it brings us something horrible. คนอื่นไม่ชอบเราไม่เป็นอะไรแต่ถ้ากรรมของเราไม่ชอบเราอันนี้แย่ที่สุดละแย่ที่สุด so the third point to refrain from violence we say panatipata where it comes first in the 5 precepts because what goes round comes round. There's no other friend that you can trust as your karma if your karma is good. But there's no other friend you should fear like karma if your relationship breaks down with karma. So our relationship with karma is very important. That is why Kamma Hayato, we are the heir of our Kamma. Our action is our own heritage. We are responsible for that. Whether we want it or not, whether we ask for it or not, whether we prepare for that or not. This inherit this heritage of action, the law of action, is going to be there. All the 3 points I have mentioned, they, under the umbrella of Khanti, and they help us to see Tanha in our way of life. The first point. The second point, when we dislike somebody's behavior, the way we usually react to that and in a negative way. We want somebody to be like this. When somebody doesn't conform our expectation, you see Vihara comes in. Of course, with the first one, with eating, with lifestyle, there's Kama Tanha to tackle Kama Tanha. So this is Samudaya, this is the cause of dukkha. According to the Dhammacakkappavattana Sutta. But we do all these things because we want to satisfy somebody called I. I, okay, have the right to be happy. Okay, I deserve this. I deserve this. So when we eat our food, in our subconscious mind, there is an identification of me with this food, like that. And it has to be like this. So we keep expecting the food to give us happiness. The food is not going to give us happiness. The food is going to give us vitamins, nutrition. Happiness, unhappiness, the food has nothing to do with that. Happiness and unhappiness, the way we perceive it. The way we perceive it. The food is physical. Rup is rup, is matter, not the mind. The mind decides whether it's going to enjoy it, how much it's going to enjoy, how it's going to. It's the mind's work, the mind's function. But the mind keeps demanding. Okay, this food, tom yum, please give me happiness. See, pasta, please give me happiness. Fish and chip, please give me happiness. Japanese food, please give me happiness. Chinese restaurant, Chinese food, please give me happiness. The mind is demanding. The food, no reply. never gives any reply. But we keep demanding. I give you a metaphor the other day. It's like a robber robbing a very poor man. He has nothing to give. So he got beaten and beaten and beaten. Like we ask our eye to see, you see, eye, please give me happiness. You take him to see lake, to see. In England, we call Lake District. Lake District, Windermere, and all that. The people go for holiday. Take me to Lake District, and you ask your eyes to give you happiness. When you get to Lake District, you remember something awful in the past. You can't enjoy Lake District anymore. So you may proceed further to Scotland, to Loch Ness. Loch Ness in Scotland, people say you have, some mythology, some black holes, and you must go there and see. I have been there, I never saw it. I asked people, have you ever seen it? No, no. We ask our eyes, sometimes we also ask our ears, just give me happiness. We go to Loch Ness, where through eyes you must find me happiness. You must find me what's Loch Ness in Scottish language. Loch means mountain. Mm. No, Loch means lake, I think. I mean lake, Loch Ness. The water is supposed to be dark. And when we got there, when the water seemed to be blue, you are disappointed because you you demand your eye to see black water. Now it brings you blue water. You're not happy. So you keep demanding. But no more Loch Ness in Scotland. No more. You see. Calgary in Canada, Lake Mary. Mary, the name of Queen Alice, the name of the daughter of Queen Victoria. So the lake was very beautiful. It was given, it was named after. People go there. Before we went there, people talk about, how nice, how wonderful something. When you go there, it's very ordinary lake. So your eye, the two eyes, they don't know how to speak, but they're already saying, I can't give you any more. I don't have happiness. I don't have unhappiness. But we can't hear. We keep asking for it. We keep asking. Maybe we want to go to Siberia, maybe to the North Pole. It's just to see. When we see, it's not the eye that gives us happiness. So we feel excited. That excitement is a function of the mind. So the mind is like a robber that keeps demanding from a very poor man, give me this, give me this. I give you, I buy you the best clothes, give me happiness. That this body is physical, is rude. It doesn't know happiness or unhappiness. The body does not feel, it doesn't know feeling. Only the mind knows feeling. So Vedana is now. You have five khandha. The first one is root. The rest, they're all nama. So Vedana, feeling. Feeling happy, feeling unhappy, like, dislike, pleasant, unpleasant, is all the work of the mind. The work of the mind. You listen to music, you ask your ears to bring you happiness. But if you listen to the same music again and again, you hate it. You come to hate it. Your ear doesn't bring you unhappiness. You're unhappy now, listening to the same music. The poor man wearing only rags, no proper clothing. The man keeps demanding, hitting, give me happiness, give me what you have. You hide something from me. Where is your gold? Where is your money? Where is your bank card? Where is your PIN number? Okay, the man keeps asking. So I don't have anything. I tell you, Frank, I don't have anything. But the robot doesn't understand the language. The body doesn't speak. So to understand what is being said, you have to read or listen to Dhamma talk. To understand what is not being said, you have to sit and experience Vedana. Then you're going to understand what is not being said, what is not being put in words. So when we do meditation like this, we have to have Khanti for 1 hour, for 1/2 hour, for 2 hours, for 3 hours, like your friend, for 3 hours like that. Now you come to see the robber is demanding from a poor man who has nothing to give. He has already given, a very, his shirt full of holes. He has already given, and the robber is not happy with that. Just like we are not happy when we are eating, we are happy only for the first few bites. You're happy with your clothes, with the clothes you wear, maybe a few seconds when you put it on. After that, you forget and your mind is on something else. You buy a very expensive car. You enjoy your car only a few minutes, or a few minutes sitting in the car. And once the wheels start rolling, your mind is somewhere else. And you start happiness from your car. Your car has to give you happiness. It's like a robber trying to rob a poor man who has nothing to give. This is the way untrained mind, non-meditative mind is treating the physical body, treating the eye, the ears, the nose, the tongue, the body. It's treating like that. You eat this kind of food, you taste all kinds of food. And finally you see food out. You can't take it anymore. It's not the tongue, it's the mind. It's the mind. So when we look at Vedana here, instead of looking at Vedana, if we look at perception, the mind that is expecting the body with no pain, you can observe that expectation. If we can also observe the naming, the word, the name such as pain, lack of pain, such kind of word. If we don't name it, if we just observe what the mind is creating in Thai จิตกำลังปรุงแต่งอะไร when there's pain จิตกำลังปรุงแต่ง what the mind is conditioning at that time with Khanti we come to see we come to see but if the mind understands its own behavior and no longer demands happiness and unhappiness from the poor man, from the poor girl, the mind is no longer a robber. is a rich man. He doesn't need to rob anyone anymore because it feels at peace. It feels it has everything. It doesn't lack anything. So I hope you continue to explore Khanti, and through Khanti, all the paramis are there, all the khandha are there, all the Four Noble Truths are there. When the mind is no longer demanding happiness, unhappiness from the tongue, from the food, idang me rupang hotu, idang me rupang maho. This rupa, this matter, this physical experience must be like this, it mustn't be like that. Atta, in the Anattara Sutta. Atta will be no longer working. So this is to link the Ovadhammatimokkha to the Dhammajang, to Anattara and also to Atidabriyasa, because in the eyes, no more fire. If you ask your eyes to bring you happiness, and now from something, from visual object, your tongue to bring you happiness from any food, high mind, the link, the tongue is on fire, the ear is on fire, the eyes are on fire. Atidabriyasa. Actually, it's not the eyes that is burning. It's no but those and more that is burning. So this is to link Ovadhammatimokkha with a few other suttas. Homework to link Ovadhammatimokkha to Satipatthana Sutta.